Hello, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Patty the Dazzling Diva. I'm a part-time reseller on sites such as Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Etsy. What I have for you today is a ship with me for what sold this past weekend from Friday up until today. Today is Tuesday, September the 9th. So from Friday up until today, I'm going to pull the items. Well, I'm going to have them already pulled. I'm going to show you them up close and personal, and also like explain to you like how I'm going to be shipping them. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure you go ahead and stay tuned. And I not only do these types of videos, but I do traditional what souls. I also have some mystery boxes that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do a Thread Up Thursday. I got a shoe box in from Thread Up. I also have a jewelry box from Goodwill that I want to dive into as well. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to hit the notification bell, so that you know when those videos do drop. So we're going to go ahead and start off with eBay is my biggest selling platform. So I'm going to end with that. So I'm going to start with Poshmark and Mercari first. First on the Poshmark, I unfortunately had to cancel one sale because I had an order that had a bundle. Had a bundle sale this weekend and someone did take advantage of it. But unfortunately with Poshmark, you can't do partial refunds. And I do use a cross-listing service that is supposed to delete the item when they sell on other platforms. I do not know why it didn't delete it off of Poshmark. I completely forgot. But it was some Care Bear VHS tapes and a Care Bear bear. So I contacted her, let her know what's going on. Hopefully she'll still want the bear and I can give her to her at a discounted price. But something else that sold on Poshmark, and this is why I believe in cross listing, because I would have never thought that this would sell on Poshmark. This is a vintage fish hook. I came across these in the thrift. There were a couple of these and another type of fish, and because they were vintage, they were fish themed, and they were only like $1, went ahead and picked them up, and they sold on Poshmark for $14. I sell a lot of non-clothing items on Poshmark, especially like toys and stuffed animals. So if you're not cross-listing that stuff on Poshmark, I would suggest it, unless of course you want to have like a more curated closet on Poshmark, which some people do, which I understand. So next we're going to move on to, oh, before we do that, did you hear that Poshmark's is changing their shipping? Their shipping is going down, but the caveat to that is that it's going from priority to ground shipping. And I'm so glad that I did not, because I was just about to order a whole bunch of priority packaging from the post office. Of course, it's free, but you still have to order it and they'll deliver it to your home, because I'm going to get into live selling on Poshmark. And so since you only used to ship priority mail, I was going to, be prepared for that. I was actually about to put in an order for like 100. I am so glad I didn't do that. So they're going to go down to ground shipping. I think the shipping is going to be like 5 something, maybe almost $6, which is pretty good because you still get up to 5 pounds. They do say you can call the 1-800 number and you get some free ground shipping supplies. I was looking on Reddit and there are different things. It seemed like some people say, yeah, my post office is already prepared for that. Some people say they call the 1-800 number. They don't know anything about that. I am going to talk about this more like tomorrow because I have to drop off some packaging. I'm going to talk to my post office to see if they know anything about it. I'm also going to call the 1-800 number. So I'm going to report back as to what I found with the type of shipping supplies that we're going to be able to get for free. Because supposedly you're supposed to be able to call this 1-800 number, give them your closet name, and you get free shipping. I think shipping supplies, I think it's kind of limited as to how much. So hopefully I can find that out on tomorrow, and then I'll do a video. The video will probably drop like on maybe like Friday. So I'll make sure to do that. So on to Mercari, another VHS. I slowed down on picking up VHS because they are kind of slow sellers, but of course Halloween is coming up. So this is Double Double Toilet in Trouble with Mary-Kate Ashley Olsen in the classic case. And I do ship, when I'm shipping my VHS tapes, I do put them in. This is free packaging you can get from eBay. If you have a eBay store, the store level that I get 50 dollars free every quarter. So I usually get that size, and I get the size that's below it. I think it's a 5 by 5 by 4. Those are my most popular sizes because I do sell a lot of toys, so they come in handy. And then on my own, I have a bunch of 4 by 4 by 4 as well. So that sold, I think I told you it sold for $9.90 if I didn't tell you. Then we have next on Macari, I have this DreamWorks Spirit Horse. Is really big. I put a picture of it because it's big. I'm selling a lot of my bigger plush now. I guess people are getting ready for Christmas. I sold a Scooby-Doo that was really big. I also sold this the Sven the reindeer from Frozen. I sold that as well. So I'm out of all of my bigger plush. So when I'm out and about, I got to go to Goodwill tomorrow. If I see a big plush, I'm going to make sure to pick it up because people seem to be buying that right now. But that sold for $12. Then I came across in the thrift. This was really neat. This Pokemon Phonics. They have like 12 little books in here that help with reading. It's so funny. I was in the thrift and I had my back turned, and the thrift store that I go into is like a little church thrift. So you have like little rolling carts or whatever. You don't have regular carts. So I was up looking at something else, and this girl, she was new to the thrift store. So I don't know what she thought. She thought this was a basket of stuff. She's like reaching into this and she was like, "Oh my God, this is so great. Da 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 da." And I was like, "I'm sorry, that's mine." She was so horrified. I was like, "Girl, it's okay." But they have like these little books that come in there, and they have, they're just like the Bob's books that you can get. Just has it in there a little bit more advanced than the regular books, but it's, interesting for the kiddos, help them with their reading. And this sold for $11.90. All right, so now on to eBay. Macari's been doing okay for me, but I still would like to get some sales up, but at least it's not like, I heard people say that their Macari is dead. It's not completely dead, but then I saw this in a thrift. It is a bunch of Magic School Bus books. I think they had them marked for like 40 cents, so I just got a bunch of them and lotted them together. So this is a lot of like 6 or 7, and it did sell for $14.24. If you hear a weird amount, it's because I was sending out offers. I also had, over the weekend, I had a 16% coupon on my store. I normally do not have that high of a coupon, but sales have been slow, so I was just trying to see how much that could generate, and I will let you know at the end of the video how many of the sales came from that, and what the amount was. So that sold for $14.24. Then we have this. I saw this in the thrift. This is a pretty Vera Bradley bag. It's quilted, it's black. Normally Vera Bradley has all these bright colors. It's nice and poofy because it's stuffed. I'm going to leave it like that when I ship it, but it did sell for $21.84. Next, I am happy that my bins, I went to the Goodwill bins and I spent way more money than I'm meant to sell. So I'm happy to see some of the items are selling so I can recoup my money. But this is just a chocolate brown Nike hoodie. I knew it would sell. It's in good condition, like gently worn condition. And it sold on for $12.04. It's another item that has been getting a lot of attention on I'll put up a picture so you can see. It's really cute. It is a midi length Old Navy dress, and Old Navy is just Old Navy, but because of the designs that it had in it, like the has like nice tiered layers, and it's lightly lined as well. And so it's been getting a lot of likes on Poshmark, and I have been sending out offers. And I had a 25% off. Like I was saying, I had a 25% bundle sale going on, and I was sending messages to people who like the item. And I also send out offers automatically to likers on Poshmark, but had no takers. But someone bought it on eBay for $16.14. Then we have this little raccoon, and it is Bass Pro Shop. Bass Pro Shop plush does sell. I did see a reseller who sells a lot of plush say that to put the year, like that's important for people who buy this type of plush. I don't know if I did that with this or not, but this did sell for $12.34. And that kind of stuff, I'm just going to put that in. I have a bigger poly mailer, but like for that dress, it'll probably go in my bigger poly mailer. I don't see it, but this is one of the poly mailers I use for my smaller clothing. For my bigger clothing, I have like a teal poly mailer that's bigger, so that the dress will go in that. Next, I have these pants, and they are nice and sparkly, so someone is getting ready for the holidays. Really nice corduroy pants, and I thought they would sell like last season because I had them since last year, but that's okay. And these are Talbots size 8, and they did sell for $26.57, so that was pretty good. Next we have, I'm going to go and show you the little bear that's sold on Poshmark. So cute, so I hope she still wants it. If not, then I'm sure somebody, because I have some other Care Bears, so I'm sure somebody will lot that up with another Care Bear. And then we have, last thing we have is that I'm going to be sending out is this guy. If you ever see him, pick him up. He is Keon from the Lion Guard, and as you can see, this is not even that big. It doesn't matter what size, if it's the smaller one, bigger one, he sells really well, and he usually sells kind of quick. I've only had him for maybe probably a couple of months, if that. And this little guy did sell for $12.34. All right, so those are my sales. Let me go ahead and calculate like how many of these sales came from my coupon. Just 1 second. Okay, I just checked and all of my sales came from a coupon. The only downside is that they also were promoted. I do cap all of my promotions at 8% on eBay, but that's another reason why I don't like to do like a really high coupon. And that's something to keep in mind if you're going to do coupons. If you have promotions, they are able to go together, and then with eBay's already their fees and everything, it can be excessive. So that's why I don't do this very often. A lot of times my coupon will just be for no more than 12%, usually 10%, just to get people interested, because 9 times out of 10 people are still going to just like the item. They're not going to buy it outright, and you're going to end up sending them an offer anyway. So that's another reason as well why I don't do really high coupons. And I always have a 5% off sale on my store at all times, just because I do think that when you have promotions and sales and stuff like that, eBay does push your store out a little bit more. At least that's my opinion. What do you think? All right, so thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I have some other types of videos coming out this week. Hopefully you'll find this interesting. If so, give me a thumbs up, help promote this video, give me a like, and if you don't mind subscribing, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.